Governor, there's some reporting out there that controversial podcaster and accused trafficker Andrew Tate may be on his way to Florida. Is he welcome here? What could the state do?
What do you mean is he welcome? This is a free country.
Well,
we have no involvement in that. I read about it through the media. Clearly, the federal government has jurisdiction, whether they want to rebuff his entry into the United States, and I have confidence that whether it's Pam Bondi or Kristi Noem, that they will be looking at that. I do know our Attorney General, James Uthmeyer, is looking at what state hooks and jurisdiction we may have to be able to deal with this. But the reality is, no, Florida is not a place where you're welcome with that type of conduct in the air. And I don't know how it came to this. We were not involved. We were not notified. I found out through the media.
Listen, what DeSantis is doing in Florida and the AG, y'all should be ashamed of yourself. The people of Florida, you guys should be highly upset at what's going on. Your tax dollars are being spent incorrectly. Let's just say this. Right now, we got DeSantis talking about he is banning or barring Andrew Tate and his brother from being in Florida. He's saying they're not welcome here. We are opening a criminal investigation on them, which I don't know how they can do that because the so-called alleged crimes took place somewhere else. Allegedly, something he's never been convicted of, actually acquitted. But how are you going to say you're not welcome here because you uplift men and you have a strong following, but then you have someone like Epstein who's been convicted of many crimes, and the first time you guys even blew up a situation, you put him on house arrest? You never came out and became this boisterous, right? You never said he's not welcomed in Florida. You welcomed with open arms. Matter of fact, a lot of you guys went to the island. Sit back and react as we go ahead with Candace Owens interviewing Andrew Tate, discussing a situation where he landed in America. He is a U.S. citizen, and they treat him like he's a foreigner, saying he's not welcome in America. This is wild. Sit back and react. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. It'll only help YouTube push it out to the algorithm. Let me stop wasting your time. Let's go ahead and press play.
Into him because we don't want him here. He's not welcome here. This is what Ron DeSantis did. He's not welcome here. What do you mean he's not welcome here? He's a U.S. citizen. He's a U.S. passport. He's welcome here. Okay, he hasn't been charged of any crimes overseas, irrespective of what you think about him. Of course, he's welcome here. And so Ron DeSantis says that, and literally a couple of days later, the Attorney General announces that, yes, in fact, and can we pull that tweet up, Skylar, if you got it? He tweets this tonight. He tweets, last week, so yes, literally at the moment that neocons started freaking out in the state of Florida, I directed my office to work with our law enforcement partners to conduct a preliminary inquiry into Andrew and Tristan Tate. Now you're going, is this Stalin tweeting this, Candace? Is this in America? Or are we in Russia right now? What's going on? Nope, let's keep reading. This is actually America. This happened in Florida.
That's crazy.
He then continues his tweet with, based on a thorough review of the evidence. Oh, it's only been a couple of days. They've moved quickly. I've directed the Office of Statewide Prosecution to execute search warrants and issue subpoenas in the now active criminal investigation into the Tate brothers. Show me the man and I will show you the crime, Attorney General James Uthmeyer. And then before we bring Andrew on, I also want to run the clip of what Ron DeSantis said, okay? Again, Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate have not been convicted of any crimes overseas. So I don't care about investigations that are ongoing or videos that you saw on X. They are returning home and they are responding to an outrage mob. Okay, Ron DeSantis is being texted by a bunch of his neocon lieutenants. And this is what he had to say at his press conference.
Governor, there's some reporting out there that controversial podcaster and accused human trafficker Andrew Tate may be on his way to Florida. Is he welcome here? What could the state do?
What do you mean is he welcome? This is a free country.
Well,
we have no involvement in that. I read about it through the media. Clearly, the federal government has jurisdiction, whether they want to rebuff his entry into the United States, and I have confidence that whether it's Pam Bondi or Kristi Noem, that they will be looking at that. I do know our Attorney General, James Uthmeyer, is looking at what state hooks and jurisdiction we may have to be able to deal with this. But the reality is, no, Florida is not a place where you're welcome with that type of conduct in the air. And I don't know how it came to this. We were not involved. We were not notified. I found out through the media that this was something that was happening.
See, he don't even know.
So there you have it, you guys. He just instantly said, we're going to go after him and we will make something happen. And they did it in a couple of days. Andrew, I want to bring you in right now to respond to this. I'm shocked. I can't.
You're shocked. I'm shocked. I guess my viewers are shocked. Everyone who's watching this is shocked. What are they really even doing? This what you spending our tax dollars on? I mean, I don't live in Florida, but this what you're using their tax dollars for? Are you really serious? There's no crimes right here. What are you investigating? What are you investigating? If another country couldn't indict him or convict him of anything, what do you think you're going to do? I mean, let's make this make sense. You heard what he said out of his own mouth, right? He heard all his information is based off the media. Doesn't the media lie? Oh, man, I can't believe this. Desantis, you let us down. Listen, I thought you was a real stand-up guy, but, I knew it was something about you. Now it's coming out. Pause.
Can't even imagine how you're feeling right now. You're probably finally thought after 3 years of Romania just essentially saying you're not allowed to leave your house. Took them forever to even bring charges against you. That when you land on American soil, okay, great. At least I'm in a place where there will be due process and there won't be these sorts of witch hunts.
Yeah, I believed it was the land of the free and the home of the brave. And I was extremely disappointed when I landed. I'm not intimidated by these people because I don't even know what jurisdiction they believe they have. I think this is the second time I've been to Florida in my life. Before this, I was here for 3 days. So I don't know what they're intending. But I am extremely disappointed. I am genuinely disappointed that after flying to my home nation, the country I was born in, the country my father served for, the country I hold the passport of, they've decided, because of media spin and slurs, to instantly attack me. And very correctly, as you pointed out,
they think
this is not a matter of trying to solve a crime. They can't even identify a crime. They're just trying to pin something on me because they don't like me. And what happened when I landed is that as I left the airport, my electronics were seized, which I'm assuming are the search warrants he's talking about. So my phones and laptops were already seized before I even saw the media. The second I landed,
that's crazy.
State police took all of my electronics, took everything, and told me there was an open investigation into me. I guess this is the search warrants he's talking about. So,
all right. Now, I hope people who are looking at this can get a little bit wittier, a little bit smarter, right? How about this? How about if you're a person of interest like Andrew Tate or anyone who speaks out against the government and you decide to fly, just remember, they will confiscate your electronics. So the best thing to do, right? I'm not telling you to do anything crazy, but this is what I would do if I were you. I would actually pay for someone else to get on that flight with me who no one is aware of. We can never ever be seen together, walking together, on pictures together. It got to be on a shh situation. And guess what? You're going to fly with all of my electronics. I have a dummy phone that they can confiscate. You can keep it for all I care. You understand? Go ahead. Matter of fact, take over that bill. I can care less. But that's what I would do. How come people don't think ahead of the curve? You understand what I mean? You know, you can't wait for them to be 10 steps ahead of you. You got to be 10 steps ahead of them. You understand? They got to keep you on your swivel. Always keep your head on the swivel when you're dealing with situations like this.
If you pull back up his tweet, it's very interesting. He says, based on preliminary investigations. Well, the preliminary investigations, there we go. Last week, I directed my office to work with our law enforcement partners to conduct a preliminary inquiry into Andrew and Tristan Tate. That's not true because you didn't even know I was coming to Florida. So that is a lie, sir. What you did is you found old YouTube videos I made, which I have debunked 1,500 times. But of course, the enemy always ignores the debunk and just continues to play them on repeat over and over. Use them as an excuse to seize all of my electronics on landing. I am now in Florida. They have all of my electronics, and I guess they're going through it, trying to find a crime. I'm very confident they won't. But we also know how ridiculous prosecutors can be. So here I am expecting to be welcome in my host nation. And it turns out they're the Stasi. This is worse than Romania. This is communism in and of itself. I'm truly disgusted. And if I be honest, there's a lot of rumors flying around. I got a phone call from somebody very important who told me that the DeSantis crew are extremely worried that I was going to support Byron against his wife in the Floridian governor elections. I'm new to this. I don't know anything about Floridian politics. I didn't even know DeSantis and Trump didn't get along. I didn't know any of this. I'm just a man after 3 years who flew home, and everyone's telling me that you're a political pawn and you can motivate and activate the masculine youth and you're going to get them all to vote against his wife. And that's why they're trying to take you out politically, because Trump supported the guy against his wife. And this is brand new to me. So I'm just in the middle of this, being told that I'm the one who's going to be deciding the next governor of Florida with no idea what's even going on. It's truly incredible.
It is incredible. And it's interesting that you say that, because I never supported DeSantis for president. I just saw right through him. It was very obvious to me that he was not his own man, which is to say that he moves according to what his donors want. And because every single person that I don't respect, meaning the neocons who have never supported Trump, got behind DeSantis and were passionate about him or fighting for him, made me go, you know what, that's a man that I can't trust. You know, I don't know who's running that campaign or who's running his ideas, but it's not Ron DeSantis, okay? Yeah. And so what I think happened was, as soon as you landed, because we saw it happening live on X, I mean...
The only reason why I say I was with DeSantis at one point, right? It was only because of the pandemic situation. He never shut it down. And I was like, you know what? I kind of like that stance right there. He's not folding under pressure. But now, fast forward to today, we see the true colors, right? I'm telling you, these politicians, man, got to be careful with them.
Neocons were saying crazy stuff. They were saying deport him. I'm like, what do you mean deport? We didn't even deport Jeffrey Epstein. And he got convicted of crimes. By the way, I should mention, in Florida, when he just got house arrest for actually crimes against minors, that all happened in the state of Florida. And I have never seen that same group of neocons radically speaking about Jeffrey Epstein. Nothing. They're silent about all those matters, but they freak out about you. I saw it happening live. And then now you're telling me that as soon as you landed in the state of Florida as an American citizen, the state rolled up and seized your electronics. Under what pretext? What did they say to you?
Well, exactly right. It's kind of it's very, very interesting. They fear me so heavily. They talk about me like I am the devil incarnate, and I've never been convicted of any crime anywhere on the planet ever. They fear me because of my political power. They fear me because I can galvanize the masculine youth in any direction that I believe fit. And I serve our commander in chief. I believe in all of the prepositions of Donald Trump. If Donald Trump believes Byron is going to be a better governor of Florida than DeSantis' wife, I'm likely going to agree with him. And I guess that's why they decided to attack me. When I landed, the customs officers sat there and said, we have to go through all of your phones and all of your laptops. And I said, why? And they said, we've been instructed from the absolute top level to search every single thing about your life. And I said, well, I don't see a warrant. This is very interesting. They said, if you don't tell us the passwords, we're going to seize them. I said, well, you're welcome to seize them, sir. I don't talk to police. I don't tell passwords. Go break it with your little software. Go bust in. Insane. And from that second, the criminal investigation was open before I even landed on Floridian soil. So it turns out, if from what I understand, I'm caught in some power struggle for Floridian politics. They fear me for some reason, and they're going to pretend I'm the worst person in the world. And any of these people on Twitter who want to come and attack me over some video I made 10 years ago, they need to wake up. The people who are in charge of this country are stealing your money. They're sending it to foreign wars. They're blowing little children to pieces. They're the ones going to Epstein Island, and they divert all of the negative attention for their heinous acts towards me, and you believe it. They say I'm the bad guy so often that you believe I'm the bad guy, not the people who are stealing your money and blowing people to pieces in foreign wars. I have never been convicted of any crime in my life. You can walk down to the mall and walk around the mall, and you'll walk amongst people who have been convicted of crimes. I've been investigated for 5 solid years by 4 different agencies and never convicted. I'm one of the most innocent people on the planet. And here I land in my host nation, and they start again.
That's deep.
It's truly saddening. And I know that this AG is just trying to make a name for himself, and he thinks he's a smart ass.
Yeah, he think he's slick. He's trying to make a name. He's definitely trying to make a name off of Andrew Tate. He knows Andrew Tate name holds weight, so he's saying, you know what? If I attach myself with this guy right here, more people will know who I am. And now when I'm trying to run for something or trying to make a move happen, guess what? I just got free publicity, baby. You see how they do, people? And that's crazy. I never even thought of it like that. How is it that they're going to put Epstein on house arrest for all his crazy, wild crimes that he committed, right? And we're not even going to say allegedly because he got caught for it, right? All right. So now we're going to say we're going to ban Andrew Tate for these weird allegations for something he's never been convicted of. Yet you have someone who's been convicted and you just put him on house arrest when they were doing things to the youngins. Come on, miss me with that right there. Listen, you guys hold no merit, no weight. I'm telling you, y'all need a new governor in Florida. I'm sorry to tell y'all that. With that being said, if you want to watch the rest of the show in its entirety, make sure you go to Candace's own channel and you can watch it there yourself. I will put the link in my description. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. This is a witch hunt right here. I feel sorry for my boy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Again, don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel.